Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
Get 75 stacks after acquiring it through skilling it up. You get an upgraded version of it as Niski goes in once again onto Upset. He's got the cleanse. Trample will get the stun. There's the cleanse away. Now the bailout as well for Upset. And Niski's bitten off more than he can chew. Upset. Oh, he doesn't see him because of the control ward. Niski with the perfect positioning to stay out of vision there. Mickey getting chased down as well. The shield won't be enough. Kazi and Niski find a double in the 2v2. Chayak has to flash away from the mid lane as Razok was coming in with Ishtal's impact.
I was not expecting Kazi in this.
Huge from the Vitality of bot lane. Needlework coming out from Oscar, and Nucko's going to have to flash away. And just to emphasize, like, oh, Oscar with a good flash away from the wall. Nucko is going to go into mini form, but snip goes Oscar in. Lince is now coming across. Doesn't have the flash, but Oscar doesn't have a flash of his own either. He's just going to get chased out. In the end, it's a solo bolo for the Gnar in the top lane. Linces will go back to the ground.
Playing Fnatic individually across the board.
They really are. Just, as you say, surprised by how much presence the Vitality bot lane has
also, they can anticipate where he's looking to make ganks happen.
Yeah, just to stress that vision control as well. You saw how Humanoid actually going in for the fight. They get the Ishtal's impact back onto Shayak. Doesn't have the flash, and Shayak will be felled. Mickey takes the kill. But I was going to say, Shayak shouldn't die to this. For now, Mickey's trying to come in from the side as well, but Niski is shadowing. Upset's on his way across, but Kazi's already here as well. Linces is going to be chunked out just a little bit. Nucko trying to catch that wave. They go in onto Mickey. TP coming out from Humanoid, counter TP as well from Shayak, but he's going to be in the middle of Fnatic. Hostile takeover takes him away for the moment. Nucko trying to build up that Mega Gnar, and Shayak's on the chase. Ishtal's impact knocks Linces into the wall. Oscar is going to get a kill, but he will see Mickey fall in front of his face. Jungle and full support so far. It's a breath of light from Humanoid, keeps people at bay. The wallop from Nucko has the Gnar here as well. Will lock Razok against the wall, and the Ishtal's impact will have no impact at all. Both the junglers fall alongside Mickey.
A big team fight win though still for
Get a 4v1, no teleports available for Fnatic. Humanoids was burnt in the last play. No wave here yet for Vitality, but they might just go for the dive with a single minion here alongside them. They get it, Lince's handshook back. He's not going to tank any more tower shots. Must have been just out of range as that final shot come in, but this should be first tower as well for Vitality.
Clean dive from Vitality. I thought that Kazi was actually going to head over towards mid lane and catch that wave, but Vitality want to keep their proactive streak going. They know that Razok is on the cross mat looking to secure that dragon. Top wave has already been pushed in deep by Chayak with Niski hovering for support. Fnatic have set their sights on a Nucko play.
Humanoid has the skies to send that big stun AoE ultimate. Razok looking for it as well. The Impale connects, and into the singularity goes Nucko, but because of that, he had the time to flash underneath the tower. Razok trying to keep him in the middle of that E. It gave him a little bit more space than perhaps they wanted to. It's not Chaos Ray anymore, it's Hextech Ray. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
And the storm is called Arcane Storm.
Must be Chaos Storm.
Chaos Storm, yeah. It's no longer chaotic, but perhaps Niski being in this position is a little bit chaotic for Vitality. He's going to pop his ultimate, that Unbreakable Will, and walk his way out. Meanwhile, Nucko gets the wall up into the Gnar against the wall. The Needleworks from Oscar in. He did a bit of damage, but there's no tower here to protect him anymore. The second set of Needleworks won't be enough. Oscar in knocked into the wall by Niski, knocked up by him as well, and then stunned. Linces takes the kill. Meanwhile, Razor's looking for something in the mid lane. We'll get that Ishtal's impact back. Upset eats the Arcane Storm, needs to hit the piercing arrow. Shayak flashes it to get himself to safety.
Flawless control over both bot and mid. Good pushing waves. Top now going to be responded by Humanoid, but I guess the saving grace from Fnatic is that they have been able to get 2 dragons of their own. Yep. Which means that they're not really at risk of a soul point.
But mid is constantly shoved in. They're placing this deep vision and then allowing that side of the map to step up. Kazi knows he's relatively safe here because anyone who's coming at him is coming through the lane. Oscar in here, trying to snip through Nucko, still gets one up. Nucko throws a house into him and slams him against the turret. Now needs to dodge to the side. The Needlework healing off Oscar in an absolute delight. Upset's on his way across. Nucko trying to flash over him, but Oscar in will secure the kill with a flash of his own.
Play so that bring Oscar back into this game.
Nucko just a little bit short in terms of lead as well. You can see Oscar Inning was able to get so much gold back in his pockets. It's only 150 between the two top laners now. Oscar Inning will continue to push through bot. Kazi and Niski perhaps looking for upset here. There's the flash. Headbutt pulverized immediately onto Upset, who has to flash away. cleanses out of the CC and the bailout put on him as well. This should be the mid tower to Vitality. Humanoid flew across but wasn't able to defend in time. That would be the turret falling, third of the game for Vitality.
They all basically build the same thing every game anyway.
Yeah, they do.
80 carries.
And then they complain. Ooh, Linsus looking for Oscar winning, trying to make this a 2v1. It will be for the moment. Nature's Grass coming out as well as Razork has the flank of the TP's coming out from Human. A counter TP invested by Shayak. Vitality beginning to collapse. Niski's going all the way around here. Linsus flashing forward for Razork. They'll gnaw him into the wall and he's locked up, stunned up, and taken out. Niski gets the knock up onto Oscar and looking for that pulverize as well into the trample for the CC follow up. Shayak coming across to try and get the damage down onto Oscar, who drew the hallowed, missed. Can't send a prayer up to survive. Nako gets the kill, 2-0 for Vitality.
A fantastic collapse comes through from Vitality as what seems to be a proactive play initially to try.
Subjective is that Cloud Drake would be sole point for Fnatic if they can somehow sneak it away. But Vitality trying to gain control of the river right now. Oscar going to get chased out by Nako. Linsa starting up the Drake. Razork on that front line. Astral Flight in by Humanoid. Here it comes. The skies descend. And although Jayak will fall first, Humanoid falls second. Nako with a Narm into the wall and Kazi begins to open up. Mickey getting chased down towards the bottom side. A good flash pulverize from Niski to make sure that Oscar can't kill off his AD carry. And Kazi survives through it all. Vitality, they keep 4 alive. They only lose 1. They take 2 out from Fnatic, and with their jungler still alive, it looks like they're going to turn their eyes towards the Drake.
Playing around ultis?
Never! It was like 5 seconds away as well at the end. Vitality seem the much more coordinated team overall as they look for the engage. Hostile takeover coming out. Kazi solo. TP coming out from Oscar and he looks for the chase, goes in with a needlework and he will snip Kazi down. Nako coming in from the side, the Impale just short. The Gnar back on, he catches Oscar and onto Razork. Oscar falls, Mickey falling low as well. Razork's on the backline now and Shayak has to flash away. Arcane Storm doesn't chase Mickey down. The Leandri's tick won't be enough to kill him off. 31 HP, more than enough for the Renata. The re-engage though, from Fnatic, they're going to look for a little bit more. Ishtal's impact. Razork going onto that front like Shayak having to flash away. Upset chases him down. And Linsus is next up, burned by the breath of life. Upset takes the kill, and Fnatic now with 4 players still alive somehow will turn their eyes to... Used as a spell shoot at the final moment, but yeah, Mickey used the handshake early, saw the spell shoot, and was like, okay, Kazi's just running straight into me now. Hostile takeover locks him in place, and now Fnatic's trying to lock Vitality out of this game. The gold swings in their favor. A 2k lead now as Oscar pushes through bot. They'll take the tier 2 in mid. They can turn their eyes towards the jungle. Thinking, well, if Fnatic overinvest, put a few more players down towards bottom to get that dragon, we can just take away the Artican, but that is not an option for them right 400 CS Sivir power spike so often. I think that's been accelerated quite a bit recently. Ishtar's impact perfectly played from Razork and he finds the double impale. Into the skies descend. Kazi knocked up, has the flash. Just about getting to safety. Niski won't have that same luxury. Kazi's going to be chased down by Oscar Snip, it's time for your haircut, Kazi, as he dodges towards the top. Razork takes him out, a good handshake as well from Mickey. Shayak and Linsus have to flash away. Oscar will dash out of the tower range. The piercing arrow not connecting from Upset, but Kazi and Niski caught out by Razork's quick reflexes.
Another nice punish comes through from Fnatic, and they should be able to secure the Artican off the back of this. We talked about how Kazi needs the space in order defining what it means to be a jungler.
It really is. Baron up in 6 seconds time. That's why Fnatic are hugging the top side of the mid lane. It looks like it's going to be a 5v5 as once again Kazi almost caught unawares. The hostile takeover coming out. A 3-man impale. And Oscar's here to sink in the needles. The combination from Fnatic, they just get onto the backline. A single spell shield, not enough for Kazi to ever survive.
It's just impossible for this Sivir to play. We talked about how if you have the front line, then it should be easy for you.
Third completed item did go for a Seeker, so delayed his Rabadons, but you can see him grasping for it right now. Still a little bit short. Baron secured for Fnatic now.
Against a team like Fnatic, it doesn't matter how far ahead you get. If you don't keep that momentum going, the moment you make a mistake, you get punished for it. Linz is now very deep, looking for a flank play.
Yeah, I think he was spotted out by a Farsight alteration as he went behind into the alcove. Alcove Gaming, not even once, chaps, not even once. Niski caught out as well by Oscar Rinin. Nako's going to gnar Oscar into the wall. Kazi begins to open up, and you can see how quickly people fall in front of him, but Kazi falls equally as fast. Niski trying to get onto that backline, but he doesn't really have the follow-up. Nako trying to do everything he can. Upset with the cleanse and the Mikhails to get himself to safety. Razok now having to deal with Shayak. Bail out onto Upsets. Enough to bring him back to life. Shayak running for the hills. Tries to kill off Mickey, or tries to do a little bit of damage at least. Gravity Well going down the tower, following it. Good damage with the Hextech raise, but Upset finds his mark. William Tell in the flesh, it seems, is Upset 9-1-7 now on this Varus. This is stuff from Fnatic to bounce back in this game. Vitality definitely in the driver's seat for the first while. Now 40 minutes in. Fnatic are the ones knocking on these inhibitors. They'll take the top one. Inhibitor tower at least. 10,000 gold the lead for them as the Nature's Grasp comes out, and Razok should be able to tank this. Misses the Impale though. Nako there with the wallop follow-up. Razok flashes away. Hostile takeover invested. So Fnatic have to use those ultimates to get away, including Razok's flash and his Impale. They'll still take the inhibitor. Vitality invested on the hunt. The Nature's Grasp and that Gnar. Didn't burn those summoners to get in.
They're still strong enough though with the Maokai ultimate gone. I don't think Fnatic really have a lot they need to be scared of. They're gonna set their sights on the next inhibitor. Oscar still with the ulti and flash available.
Niski trying to burn stuff here. Linces is going to look for the flash. Niski's going to get slammed into that wall with the Ishtar's impact. Flash with the advance onto Humanoid, but again the Mikhails from Mickey just in time. Niski surviving. Kazi's going to pick up Oscar in, and this is getting chased down by this Aurelian Soul. Mickey falling low though as Linces is eventually felled. He goes Timber. Razok in again. The skies descend and the shockwave rings through Vitality. Nako trying to kill off Humanoid, but he could not get close enough.
Penta denied. As Upset secures that kill. Kazi, the last man standing. Does he have the wave clear?
I think the answer's going to be possibly. He finds 3! Humanoid almost dies to the tower. How long on the rest of Vitality? Well, Kazi did everything he could, but 3 is not enough. He needed to play Jhin, he needed to find 4. So I think with 15 seconds left on Linces and the same on Niski, Humanoid should be able to claim game 1 for Fnatic. Maybe?
Linces is alive in 3 seconds. This is very slow.
Can Linces clear the wave in time is the question. TP comes out. There's no way.
Humanoid's got to run.
Yeah, Oscar's just going to TP in, pop down the Hallowed Mist, and then snip, snip. Flashes, snip, done, 50G. All Oscar. What a play, Fnatic. What a comeback.
With each other, of course, if they've
if one's miles ahead, that doesn't really matter as much.
But I think that it will make it harder for the Yone to side lane, and it does make your backline threat with the Fury a little bit stronger.
Oh, that's a classic. That's an old cut, but it was probably my first year in the LEC as Humanoid dives onto Shayak. He does have the Spirit Rush, as you say. But Humanoid gets pushed in mid, which means he can move towards the grubs first. First one secured by Fnatic. It's Upset who takes it. Razok doesn't have Smite, and Linces does. Mickey trying to get onto Linces, but Linces jumps up into the air and dodges away. Shayak now looking for that flank position. The Humanoid's much more healthy than he is. Linces goes in, gets the Smite, a grub apiece so far between these two mighty foes. Razok flashes, catches Linces. Steadfast Presence will stop the Zenith Blade forward from Niski, and he's in the middle of Fnatic. Linces dives in onto Razok, but he can't get it. Shayak will flash forward. Upset's going to chase him away. Meanwhile, Kazi's stuck between a Humanoid and a Mickey, and he will go down. Upset. I don't think he gets in range of Shayak here. Gatling gun, autos, cleanses away and dies to the tower! That's greed manifest from the Fnatic bot laner.
A misplay at the end from Upset.
Extra assist means he's about 700 gold ahead.
Oh, I'm so happy, Minik.
Why are you happy?
Shayak is building Malignance.
Yeah.
He's not building...
Rod of Ages.
Kazi is now overstaying if Vitality want to try and respond to the grubs.
Humanoid running forward has unbound his soul. Kazi trying to put the damage back into him, but loses out on that trade. Mickey on the flank now. Niski hasn't been spotted. Humanoid goes forward with the Q3. Zenith Blade misses. Hound's pursuit. Humanoid will find 2. Kazi cleanses away from Mickey. Humanoid stunned up with the solar player. There's the shutdown for Linces. And now Mickey's in for a world of hurt. Charmed up, taken out. It's Kazi who secures the kill in the end.
Much harder for Vitality to enter these objectives.
Definitely does. It feels like Vitality have been a little bit more willing just to step back as well over these last few. About a minute's time.
We're getting there though.
Yeah, we're approaching the moment.
Don't say it.
We're in the mode.
Don't say it. Go.
What was I gonna...
Excellent. The fact that you've forgotten is fantastic. Tower secured for Humanoids.
Spirit Rush forward from Giant. Humanoid's gonna snap back. Yep. Fate Sealed gets himself out of there.
Okay, but for Vitality, it's something that they'll have to figure out as we get closer to what I imagine will be some big fights very soon. With items completed across the board, already second.
Easy enough secure for Fnatic. Mickey almost stealing away the Gromp there, couldn't quite get it.
It's an uncontested dragon and a mid lane tower as well. So Fnatic, slowly and methodically, are just gaining advantage after advantage. I feel like Vitality need to force something soon.
I agree. I just think it's hard. Because, like, the only CC you have...
from Oscar, though, so small advantage gained at the very least from Vitality. Hang on.
Mickey goes in with the Magnet Storm, stuns up Niski. Humanoid coming in from the side as well. Kazi's killed off Mickey, but Niski's so low. Nako on the backline. Linsa's diving in with a Hound's Pursuit. Razork now in the middle of them as Shaik and Niski begin to collapse. Razork locked up with the Zenith Blade, but he's found two somehow. In the middle of them all, Razork surviving with a Sundered Sky. You found the angle, but that's a cute puppy. Razork just absolutely outplays.
An ace for Fnatic as Razork is... Razork's Poppy, it's an old school one, but it's a good one.
Yeah, it is. It is now false life on the shoulders of Fnatic. Mickey missing the Shattering Strike, but jumping across the wall is Razork again. Keeper's Verdict does go wide. Lynx is trying to open up onto Oscar, and Niski doesn't really have a hope of getting out of here. Slowed up, stunned up with a red buff, and now Nako has to pop the Dominus to try and survive, but the chase continues. Slow after slow with the battles. Nako falls second. Fnatic find two more in rapid succession.
In the top lane, meanwhile, you'll notice that Humanoid is forcing the ultimate out from Chayak as well, as he finds another fantastic trade.
Oh, Linsus. Greedy going back in with the Hound's Pursuit, but upset. Had friends around the corner. Two more to Fnatic. That's 5 for none on the bot side of the map. 4 for none, in fact. That's Mathematic. Good job.
He does get away with his life, even though Humanoid tried to make the play happen, but a tower's going to fall in the top lane, a tower's going to fall in the bot lane, and I mean, this is Fnatic's game to lose. A single fight was all they needed to blow the game wide open, and Humanoid on this Yone, level 16 now.
It's going to go and deal with the Yone.
Interrupt the backs.
Stop the ports.
And then when someone goes to
Close the gates.
He could just TP into the fight.
Yeah, well, Nako's locked up against the wall. Red buff helping Fnatic as Nako falls. Chayak fell as he tried to defend the inhibitor tower. The inhibitor itself, Kazi stunned up, dashes forward, but nowhere for that dashing man to go. Niski the next up for Fnatic. They'll take him down. Only Linsus survives now. And within 28 minutes, Fnatic have somehow materialized a 12,000 gold lead. The Nexus Tower's their target. It's 2-0 for Fnatic, and Game 2 was an absolute stop.
I mean, what else is there to say? We were skeptical about the composition from Vitality. They failed to find an angle.